September 19, 1944. The fields outside Ericourt, France were quiet, too quiet. Mist rolled low over the ground, hiding the distant silhouettes of German armor. Inside a steel furnace called the M4 Sherman, cramped and sweating, Private First Class Walter Kowalski wiped blood from his shoulder. It was swollen, dislocated, throbbing with every heartbeat. He was a replacement loader, trained for 3 weeks, thrown into war 2 days ago. Now, 3 Panzer IVs were closing the distance. 800 yards, 700. The radio crackled with fear. The gunner whispered a prayer. The commander muttered, "We're dead if we can't fire fast." Walter tried the standard loading method. Grabbed shell, turned, wedged into breech. But the pain in his shoulder made the world blur white. He dropped the round. The commander screamed to reload faster. Their lives measured in seconds. Then, in desperation, Walter did something no instructor had ever taught. He turned his back to the gun. He planted his boots against the ammunition rack, braced his injured shoulder, and used his good arm to swing a massive 75mm shell backwards between his legs, straight into the breech. The gunner fired. A flash, an explosion. The lead Panzer's turret blew open like a peeled can. The commander stared. "What the hell did you just do? Do it again!" Walter didn't think. He moved, grabbed, brace, load, fire. The second German tank tried to return fire. Too late. A round smashed into its drive sprocket. It twisted sideways and burned. The third Panzer backed up, firing wildly, rounds pinging off the Sherman's angled hull. Walter chambered another, screaming through the pain. Direct hit. Engine compartment erupting. Smoke swallowed the battlefield. But they weren't done. A fourth Panzer, flanking left, fired and missed high. Walter's body moved on instinct now. His shoulder barely worked, but the leverage of his backwards posture did. Fourth shot. Fourth kill. 6 minutes. The Germans fled, convinced they'd run into a veteran elite crew, not a replacement loader with a wrecked shoulder. Later, the Sherman commander told headquarters, "Loaders saved us all. Don't ever let anyone tell you the army knows everything." Word spread. Tank crews watched Walter demonstrate. Their jaws dropped. Every rule was wrong. Fort Knox manual said never turn your back to the breech. Safety inspector said loading like that was reckless. Officers called it impossible. But physics didn't care. Turning your body gave more leverage, more speed, more rounds fired before the enemy could kill you. Within weeks, 3rd Army loaders were whispering, "Do it like Kowalski." Informal training became battlefield doctrine, became survival. Tank battalion after tank battalion adopted the technique, even though it wasn't written anywhere, not in any pamphlet, not in any field manual. To the people high up, Walter was a nobody. To the men trapped in burning tanks, he was a genius. By winter, estimates show his technique saved 300 to 500 American tank crews. And eventually, General George Patton himself made it official. Some innovations come from universities, some from laboratories, some from men in clean uniforms with medals and cigars. But in Ericourt, history was changed by a 20-year-old kid with a busted shoulder, a bruised spine, and a reason to survive. The armored battles of Europe turned because loaders lived longer. Tanks fired faster. Sherman struck first. Walter Kowalski never bragged about any of it. He went home. He worked in a car factory. He raised 2 sons. He carried the scars, but never the credit. War remembers general. Movies remember tank aces. But few remember the loader who refused to die and discovered the fastest way to strike back. No medal, no promotion. But every crew who lived because one man broke the rules. For Panzers in 6 minutes, one mechanic in a steel cage decided the war didn't get to take him that day, and history quietly thanked him. Like, share, and subscribe to bring forgotten heroes back into the light.